Hello everyone, the topic which I am going to take today is circulatory system. The basic question that goes to you is that have you ever imagined why do you need to consume food every day? Why is there a need you need to respire each minute, each second? Have you ever thought this? Who is that is responsible for whatever you have eaten and take that food and nutrient to each and every other cell? Well, the answer to all your queries is your heart, is your blood. The heart is the one which is responsible to provide all the cells in your body the necessary nutrients, the necessary oxygen needed to each cell to respire. Well, now how you may ask a question, sir, how efficient is your blood so taking all these nutrients to the blood? So the blood is the only fluid connective tissue which catches this all nutrients and gives it to the cell. First question. Now, which system do we need to have? So we basically have two kind of organisms today, multicellular and unicellular. When I'm speaking about unicellular organism, this organism which are single cell. And when I say multicellular, this organism having many cells. So let's move to the topic. Why is it important for your heart to continue? You might think that when you sleep, your body is at rest. So you don't need to work, your heart should rest. But it is not so. Your heart needs to beat even when you are sleeping. How does the body need that? And how are the waste produced? So the answer is circulatory. Each breath brings oxygen-rich air into your body. That is, when you respire, you take in oxygen-rich air. See, when I'm saying oxygen-rich air, it does not mean the air only contains oxygen, but the air is rich in oxygen. Why oxygen? Because my cell needs that oxygen. Now, sir, we have taken this oxygen into the lungs. How does that oxygen reach to your cell? The answer is the blood comes in contact with the lungs and picks the oxygen from each alveoli. Now, alveoli are the functional unit of the lungs. Blood picks this up and your heart will deliver oxygen to your cell. Together, if I speak, the circulatory system and respiratory system will supply cells throughout the body with the nutrient and oxygen they need to stay alive. Now, again coming to the same topic, unicellular organism. Now, as I've said that there is a circulatory system needed, the unicellular cell do not need a circulatory system because the cells are in direct contact with the environment and oxygen. So nutrients and oxygen will easily diffuse in and out through the cell membrane by a simple process which we call diffusion. Coming to the multicellular organism, the organism itself, the word itself says multi. Multi means many. Cells means cellular. Cellular means cell. So many cell organism. A many cell organism will have millions of cells, lakhs of cells, thousands of cells in the body. Now, the body, these cells will not, all the cells will not be in direct contact with the environment. So we need to have a system wherein one part of the body sites wherein the body is needed and entire nutrients will be transported to these cells. Now, what is the function? What will happen by this? So, how does multicellular organism work? So, circulatory system will transport oxygen. Again, coming to the same point, with oxygen, because for each cell will need oxygen as well as the nutrients. Oxygen to respire and nutrients for its metabolic activities. Ultimately, the ultimate reason of respiration and circulation here is to produce ATP molecule. Regarding ATP molecule, you call it as adenosine triphosphate. This adenosine triphosphate is called as an energy currency. Okay, so this was all about intro. Why a circulatory system is needed and how is it? Now, speaking about circulatory system, in multicellular organism, there are two types of circulatory system. One is open circulatory system and second is closed circulatory system. When I say open circulatory system, the word itself specifies my meaning, open. That means the blood will flow into organism will through its cavity, it will not have blood vessels. Unlike the arteries and the veins, it will simply get dissolved into the body organs and come directly in contact with the organs. So lower organisms have a closed open circulatory system. Speaking about closed circulatory system, all the higher organisms will have closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means the blood will flow through closed vessels like the arteries and the veins. Now, since time you have been speaking about the circulatory system. Now, who plays a major role for the circulatory system? Who are the members, who are the elements of the circulatory system? So I have been mentioned this. The main members of the circulatory system is blood, the heart and the blood vessels. Again I repeat, the main components or the main elements for a circulatory system to work smooth is your blood, your heart and your blood vessels. Speaking about blood first, time since we have been studying since the lower class, we always been knowing blood as blood is red in color. Okay, but no one knows, we have never been concentrated on what does blood consist of. Okay, consist of means I'm talking about composition of blood. We have never been bothered about what exactly is present in blood. You may ask any student, the answer you will get always is that blood is having RBCs. Well, bloods do have RBCs, but with RBCs it also has lot many more substances in the blood. So let's discuss about blood. Going straight to the function, we'll have some basic characteristics of blood. First, I would like to say that the blood is the main fluid connective tissue or is the main circulating fluid in the body. But I repeat, blood is the main circulating fluid in the body. It is a fluid connective tissue and it arises from mesoderm. Now you might have a word new, that is mesoderm. Mesoderm, see, when life was formed, we formed from a single cell and that single cell is called as zygote. We call a single cell as zygote. Zygote was a unicellular organism, but I have mentioned that we are multicellular organism. So this zygote divides and redivides. When the zygote divides and redivides, it has a work of forming a baby. It needs a multicellular organism, so it finds its work very tedious. So divide into 3 layers, where each layer will lead to organ formation, and the 3 layers are endoderm, mesoderm and ectoderm. So in embryonic development, the mesoderm layer gives rise to blood. So we call as the blood is mesodermal in origin. Okay, that is okay. Next, the color of blood. Blood is bright red, is highly viscous fluid. Viscous it is, it's heavier than water, okay, and salty to taste. pH value is 7.4, so it is alkaline. See, pH value is 7.4. When you say 7, this is standard value. When the values are less than 7, you call it as acidic. When they are more than 7, you call it as basic. When close to 7, more than 7 and close, 7.3, 7.4, you say it as slightly basic. And when 8, 9, you say it as highly basic. And similar, vice versa to the acidic. Okay. So, what are the points? I repeat myself. Blood is a main circulating fluid in the body. It is a fluid connective tissue. It arises from mesoderm. It is solid to taste. Viscous fluid. pH value is 7.4. Another point which you would like to say, you may ask me how much fluid, how much blood is present in the body. Okay, so the body consists of 5 liters of blood. You may get instances where you get to see 5 liters. There is no issue. The amount of blood, average blood you may find in adult is 5 to 6 liters. That will together constitute your 8 to 10% of your body weight. Yeah, 8% of body weight you can see. Getting? So now you know about blood, and I know what the blood is. But I now need to know what the blood is exactly composed of. I have eaten so many things. I have been taking oxygen, I have been respiring air, I have been eating fruits, I have been eating salads, I have been eating various things, chips. Now what does all happen to these chips? Why do I eat this food? The process is your body needs to absorb the useful contents from this food what you have taken. And whatever food you have taken, useful thing will get dissolved into the blood and so your blood is composed. So I broadly classify the blood, whole blood, into two parts as plasma and blood cell. Again I repeat, my entire blood will be composed of two parts as plasma and corpuscle. Plasma is 55% of blood volume and blood cell is 45% of the entire blood. Now I might take a point here. The blood cell is also called as corpuscle. Blood cell is also called as corpuscle. So you might ask me, sir, why is it called as corpuscle? Corpuscle, the basic difference between blood cell and a body cell is the body cell is fixed. The body cell cannot move throughout, whereas the blood cell is a freely floating cell. Blood cell freely rotates throughout your body, so the blood cells are called as corpuscle. The another name for blood cells are called as blood corpuscles. Okay, fine. So coming to chart, first thing of blood comes as plasma, which is 55%. Now what do you mean by plasma? Plasma means fluid. The basic meaning of plasma is fluid. So definitely blood is a fluid, but why is it separated? Talking about plasma, in 55% of plasma, you have 90% water only. And the rest, 8 to 10% is all dissolved substance in it. You may ask, sir, what do you mean by dissolved substances? Dissolved substances mean whatever you have taken, 8 to 10% solutes also, you have 7% proteins, okay? On that 1% you have the carbon dioxide, the oxygen, the nitrogen, the globulin, the heparin, the histamine, the amino acids, fatty acids, glucose, everything whichever you have taken, whatever food is digested and absorbed by the blood forms your plasma. So henceforth, when anyone asks you what is blood composed of, so your answer should be plasma and blood cell. And if one asks what is plasma, your answer should be the plasma consists of 55% of the blood volume, wherein 90% of the plasma is water, 8 to 10% is solutes, where 8 to 10% solutes also consist of 7% proteins, okay, and the rest is all the dissolved substances, which I have given you example, that carbon dioxide, oxygen, amino acids, glucose, fatty acids, heparin, histamine, you might see. Okay, fine. Now that was plasma. So you may ask, sir, out of 100% you have said 55% plasma. Does that mean that 45% is blood cell? Yes. The answer is 45% consists of your blood cell. Now what the word blood cell, okay, is specified being meant? You have been always listening to RBCs, but blood cell does not mean RBCs. The blood cell includes your RBCs, your WBCs and your platelets. Red blood cells, when I'm talking about, is red blood cells. Now every word has a scientific meaning here, okay? Red blood cells that I'm talking about should definitely have a scientific meaning. Red blood cells are scientifically known as erythrocytes, okay? Erythros is a scientific name for red color, and cyte is cyto, that is cell. And since it is a blood cell, it is called as red blood cell, formerly known as erythrocytes. Second blood cell which you have is, you say it as white blood cell. Now you also have a scientific name for that, white blood cell. White meaning leucose and cyte is cell. So you say it as leukocytes. And lastly, you said have cells called as platelets. You have been hearing this very time. Platelets also have a scientific name as thrombocytes. Okay, so that was red blood cell. Now, if anyone asks you what is the meaning, what is the blood composed of, so I'll proudly say there, my blood is composed of the plasma and the blood cell. If someone asks what is plasma, you may say that 55% of the blood volume is composed of blood plasma, wherein 90% of water is present in plasma, 8 to 10% dissolved substance, it means 7% proteins, and the rest the substances. 45% of blood volume is consisting of blood cell, in which the blood cell are RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. Now let's move to red blood cells. Okay. The cardiovascular system, see again, you might see that the blood is like plasma. There is liquid portion of the blood containing clotting factors like hormone, antibodies, dissolved gases I say as carbon dioxide, oxygen, nutrients, and the waste. Now the very first blood cell is your RBCs, is your blood cell, that is erythrocytes. Now sir, you may ask, what are these RBCs? The very first important for me is I need to define RBCs. How they look like, how are they? So we say as RBC as circular, biconcave and anucleated. When I say circular, it is in round shape, circular shape. Biconcave from both the sides, so I use the word bi, and anucleated. Anucleated means they do not have a nucleus. Now that is a strange fact wherein we know that every cell for sustaining needs a nucleus, but I am saying that RBCs are without nucleus. The reason RBCs do not have a nucleus is that they do not have a nucleus because the RBCs need to find through extremely small capillaries. Going through extremely small capillaries is not possible to having a nucleus. So they remove the nucleus. Initially they have a nucleus, but they remove nucleus since they also have to give space for the hemoglobin to settle down. So basically the RBC's cytoplasm will have hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin is a carrier for your oxygen.